We were off a week. We didn't have any episode last week.
We were off a week. You know, I had to go to Alaska, bro.
Yeah, how was that?
That was a good trip. It was fun. Very fun time. Very fun time. Alaska is beautiful.
What was your favorite part of that trip?
Honestly, I took a train in Skagway, Alaska. That was really cool. It was like we drove through like a mountain and shit. It was kind of neat.
So where were you able to watch the CSU Washington game?
I didn't get to watch the game, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's called. I had that Royal Caribbean Wi-Fi. I was watching the highlights. Shout out Royal Caribbean.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about that.
But
were you able to watch the full highlight video and recap the game?
Just a little bit. I got to watch the full highlight video, so I saw like a little bit of the Washington game. But yeah, so we got a really special episode planned today. We got a guest on today.
Yeah, we have a special guest on today. You guys will hopefully some of you guys will recognize him from a lot of the basketball and football games. Let's get that screen set up so you can see him now.
Hey, look at him. There he is.
We got former Barstool CSU and former CSU Outlaw Logan Eastwood. Say hi, Logan.
What's good, gentlemen?
All right, you ready, Logan? We're going to talk some CSU Washington.
Fantastic. Thanks for asking. How about you?
We're good. We're doing good.
So we're going to talk some CSU Washington first here.
Guys. Fantastic.
Oh, yeah. What was your first thoughts of the CSU Washington game?
All right. Where to start? Jalen Dupree is a dog. I don't think anyone can argue that.
True.
BFN, as much as people like to hate on him, I actually think he had an all right game. There's times where we're wondering what the hell is Braden doing.
Yeah.
And then there was times where he was dodging sacks and throwing dimes. I'm like, all right, so we have another year of a very bipolar Braden Fowler Nicolosi. But
yeah, no, for real.
Hopefully he fixes up on that.
I feel like people were overly skeptical of BFN after this game. Some people need to understand the circumstances that he's playing with. He's going up against probably the best D-line he'll play all season.
Probably.
And our O-line held up pretty good. The one thing that I did notice with BFN this week is he was letting himself get pressured a little bit too early. Even when he had a good pocket, a clean pocket, it seemed like he was rushing himself a little bit into some of his decision making. What did you kind of see from BFN that made you feel better about him this season, or did you see all the same stuff with pocket awareness and things like that?
It was one specific play that I saw. It was the drop pass on 4th down to Tay Lanier. I think that may be the best play Braden makes all year. Open blitzer, right? Braden saw the pressure. He ducked right under it, moved out of the tackle box and threw a dime to Tay. Now, unfortunately, it was dropped, but that was some of the best quarterback play I've ever seen out of Braden.
You know what? Actually, from my view of that play, since we were up in the southwest rafters of the stadium, the whole CSU section, we got a really good look of that throw because Braden, like you said, broke a sack, rolled out to the right, ironically threw off his back foot across the field, but he threw a dime, and yeah, it was very unfortunate to see Tay Lanier just slip and fall. But yeah, that was a play. There's few of them. Actually, the Jackson Warren touchdown in the third quarter to tie it up 21-21. Braden had a free blitzer running straight at him, and he was fading away. I wouldn't say it was quite a back foot throw, but he was doing this little fadeaway action and just was expecting to get trucked by this linebacker, but threw an absolute dime down the seam to Jackson Warren. 2 players prior to that, on a 3rd and 19, BFN threw this 30-yard strike of a pass down the seam to Jackson Warren as well. That's kind of what I'm seeing out of Braden that might be different this year because we didn't have that tight end presence last year to just beat defenses over the middle. We do now. Jackson Warren looks like a John Mackey Award watch list type of player. Do you agree?
Yeah, I mean, Jackson Warren was once again one of those bright spots on offense, and it's like from a defensive mind, it's kind of hard to miss a 6'8" guy in the middle of your defense. But at the same time, Jackson Warren runs these routes so well and just has a good understanding of where to sit in a zone or where to expect the ball. So yeah, like you mentioned, there's just we didn't have a tight end presence last year, which kind of just limited our offense last year. And of course, Torrey Horton going down limited our offense last year. Self-explanatory. But now that we have a tight end to rely on that can get behind linebackers in coverage, even if our receivers are not open, it's a good safety blanket, and I'm expecting a lot out of Jackson.
Yeah, I kind of saw a couple years ago, obviously with Dallin Holker, that he would definitely be very confident in his throws over the middle of the field. He wasn't really looking for it at all last year with Vince Brown. I think that that's going to be a priority of his this season, and maybe that's going to open up some stuff with receivers when teams start double teaming Jackson Warren, because they were just playing man on man. Number 12 for Washington was manned up with him all game. I think Jackson Warren probably beat him 6 out of 7 targets on one-on-one routes in that game. So, yeah, very impressive performance from Jackson. Outside of Dupree and Jackson, who were your kind of like key performers for that game that kind of like showed out for you?
Yeah, the first obvious one will stay Taj Bullock.
Yeah, he's a
a
player.
whole different he brings a whole different like style to this offense that we haven't seen in a long time. I like to see that Jay is using him as like that wildcat quarterback and kind of like opening the playbook a lot more with all these like QB runs and all that, especially behind a very good O line this year. So, Taj, I wouldn't say has the best arm or the best accuracy when it comes to the quarterback, but just his size alone, just to hit the B gap on a power, like I'm glad that we're opening our playbook a lot more. And yeah, I expect a huge season out of Taj this year.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised when I was watching the highlights back over. I was kind of seeing like Jay had ran Taj in the wide receiver in the slot, which was really surprising to me because I thought Taj was mostly just going to be like a Michael Vick type of player and just play out of like the wildcat formation and just kind of just run the ball. When I saw him, catch a pass from Braden, I was kind of like, holy
very
crap,
early in the game too.
I'm like, holy crap, the options we have now with Taj is kind of insane. Like, I think our weak point is, besides like Jackson Warren, we don't have a lot of wide receivers that are like.
Well, they have an opportunity to show it this week. So okay. This is something that I saw and I was kind of expecting. Washington is the best DB room we're going to play all season. And it's really not even close.
True.
They have a cornerback that's Takario Davis is the projected first corner off the NFL board next season.
Right.
And he was on Jordan Ross the entire time. I actually think Tommy Maher was impressive for his limited catches, had a couple very crucial first downs. Mm-hmm. They're not stats that'll just like woo you in any way. But those were first down grabs on third down
very
conversions.
situational plays. Yeah, definitely.
You could tell BFN's targeting Tommy Maher on third down situations, just like he is with Jackson Warren.
So Logan, let me ask you a question real quick. If you could have picked one guy on the whole team that was the MVP of this Washington game for CSU, who do you think it would be?
Oh, I know what my pick would be.
Mine too.
I have a few. I could pick with 3 guys here. 2 on the offensive side of the ball, 1 on the defensive side of the ball. 2, I would say, which is a toss-up on the offense, Jalen Dupree, obvious choice. We didn't know what to expect out of him. We expected him to be a good running back, but the performance he had against this Washington defense was fantastic. That's something that cannot be overlooked. Second guy being Jackson Warren. I mean, we didn't have tight end play last year. He hurt himself last year. We didn't know what to expect out of Jackson Warren, but it looks like that knee injury didn't even bother him at all. And, excuse me, he looks like a Mackey Award winner. And then on the defensive side of the ball, Owen Long. I mean, Owen Long actually might be the best linebacker NCAA.
Yeah, Ari, take a
feel
look
like
at Owen.
every
Yeah, take a
single-
look at Owen
Yeah,
Long's stats.
Owen Long. Yeah, we're looking at the stats right now.
That's who my pick was
Yeah,
going to be. is
Owen Long, 13 total tackles,
Tacos.
13 total tackles, and 11 solos. That's insane.
No.
11 solo tackle. Oh my god.
Jesus Christ. All right. Here we go.
Tackles.
Owen Long had 10
Every-
tackles in the first half.
That's ridiculous.
I feel like every single play in the first half that we made on defense came from Owen Long. And I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
if like something stood out to me this game is our defense. I could go on and on talking about this defense, but yeah, Owen Long seemed to make a play everywhere on the field. I mean, he was named captain of the team, and I mean, we saw for a good reason. Dude's a dog, and dude will be a huge playmaker for us this year.
We're gonna have to give him a big ol' NIL bag after this season.
I know. Owen Long's giving me Gabe Kurtzky vibes.
Oh
honestly.
yeah, he's better than Gabe Kursky. Dude, Owen Long's a superstar. Gabe Kursky is good. Owen Long's a superstar.
Mm-hmm.
I think Owen Long I would consider Owen Long a Chase Wilson, but if Chase Wilson had better pass coverage.
Yeah, like Owen Long's like a fast Chase Wilson. It's incredible to watch.
Another really good defensive player I want to point out, Lamondre Joe, dude.
Oh, he had a good game.
He had
one
a
and a half.
really good game.
Lamondre Joe had 1.5 sacks as a corner. Now, they didn't use him in pass coverage the same way they did with CJ Blocker or Jahari Rogers.
Yeah.
They kind of used Lamondre Joe in like situational plays to where whenever he was on the field, the quarterback just knew he was rushing. Like, it was either going to be a nickel blitz. It could even be a wide corner blitz. And Lamondre Joe was there. And it actually was interesting to see how we used him in the first half. We didn't use him at all in the second half because they kind of just knew what Lamondre Joe was going to do when he was on the field. So we put CJ Blocker in. But no, I really liked how we used Lamondre Joe and Dylan Phelps for like those like corner pass rushing situations.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I'm going to give credit to our safety play a little bit, too. Jake Darmalowicz and A.J. Noland. You know, we lose Henry Blackburn and Jack Howell after a long time of them being our safeties, a long time of them making plays for our defense. That was a very big weak spot, in my opinion. I knew we brought in a lot of corner transfers, but we did not know how good Noland would be or how good Darmalowicz will be. And our safeties really showed that they can hang with this defense.
Yeah, they flew around. There was a couple plays where A.J. Noland really showed off his speed, especially with Damon Williams getting out of the pocket and scrambling, and A.J. Noland's right there to meet him, like only 2 to 3 yards down the field. Every time he rushed and got outside the pocket on A.J. Noland's side of the field, he really was kind of contained by him and a linebacker like Jacob Ellis or Owen Long chasing after him. Whenever he rushed on the opposite side of the field of A.J. Noland is when he had his big scrambles. So, like, there was one play where he got outside the pocket. It was his, like, 40-yard run to get Washington in the red zone. And I believe this was to make it 28-21. And he got outside the pocket, and he absolutely shook Jahari Rogers out of his shoes. So, like, every single time A.J. Noland was in that situation, A.J. Noland had the perfect angle. He was able to run with him. He didn't get out of position. That kind of stuff pumps me up for a guy like A.J. Noland. Jake Jermalovic, tackler. He flies around, and his coverage wasn't that bad. He actually had a play in the first half that bugged me a little bit where he took a bad angle on a possible interception and kind of undercut it a little bit. And this was Washington's first drive of the game. And I think they ended up scoring. Jonah Coleman broke outside for like a 30-yard touchdown run. But a few plays prior, I mean, he was taking a shot down the field. Oh, no. So my bad. This was actually a play where Jahari Rogers swatted the ball down. But if Jake Jarmalovic took a better angle, he would have been able to get an interception on the play. And he kind of undercut it. But yeah, those kind of plays hype me up for the safeties. I agree with you on that, Logan.
Yeah.
I mean,
oh, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, go ahead, Logan.
no, I was just agreeing with this point. Go ahead, continue.
Okay.
I'm good.
I was just gonna switch gears and talk about the weaknesses we're looking at. So I think the biggest thing that stood out to me was the rushing game for Washington. Yeah, I think that's part. Jonah Coleman is
I
just
think a lot
insane.
of it is Jonah Coleman, yeah.
Yeah, but the other thing is Damon Williams was also just taking off.
He's the
every other
best.
play.
He's the best running quarterback we'll play all season.
Yeah.
He's really one of the only really good running quarterbacks we'll play all season. I feel like there was just a speed and athleticism difference between him and our defense. Logan, what did you see from Damon Williams for Washington to really like screw up our defense and get them out of sorts?
Yeah, I mean, it's more so of our players trying to play more into coverage. Now, of course, we have guys that respect Demond Williams' legs and is there, like Nolan and all that. But like you mentioned, Demond Williams is going to be the best rushing quarterback we've seen all year. And then I like to even segue to Jonah Coleman and Washington's O line will be the best O line and the best running back we'll see this year. Washington's O line really showed out, and that was a very big weak spot for Washington last year. Was the fact that they didn't have anyone protecting their quarterback, so Washington went and got dogs for their O line. And
I'm actually really glad you brought up the transfer portal tackles. Like that was one thing that Washington went out of their way to do in the offseason to get their O-line good. I was talking to a Washington fan before the game, and he was skeptical about Washington a little bit because he was like, there's a lot of unknowns, but one of those unknowns was bringing in a former 5-star offensive tackle and a former highly rated 4-star tackle from two bigger schools, and they're both young, but they're both athletic freaks, and they took Jaquez Evans and Kenyon Akers completely out of the game. So that was a game changer, was the
Right.
Washington O-line, and I saw growth from them too.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and that kind of goes to the point of Damon Williams. Like, the reason Damon Williams was able to get out of the pocket and make the runs like he was supposed to was because of those two tackles they brought in. Like, as much as, and I believe Tyson Summers really did try to emphasize containing Damon Williams and keeping him in the pocket. And looking at some of the plays that they've called on defense, they really did try to do that. So I wouldn't say it's an issue with our DNs. It's the fact that these two tackles that were like a huge unknown when it came to Washington really showed that they are 5-star and 4-star talent. So because they were able to take the edge setters out of our DNs completely out of the game, that led to Damon Williams getting out of the pocket and making some good throws. And, that one where he rolled out right, left, I don't exactly remember, but took it for 20, 30 yards. All credit to the tackles
Yeah.
because, Jaquez Evans is on the ground and being pancaked. Like,
Yep.
those two tackles are going to be the best tackles we'll see all year. Jaquez Evans, he's a very great player. I have no doubt that our D line will be very good this year, but it's just on the fact that Washington's O line will be the best O line we see all year. So I wouldn't kind of discredit our D line out of it yet.
Right.
Now, to segue from that, I feel like this is a good way to segue here. For UNC, it's a huge talent gap. I feel like going from Washington to UNC week 1 to week 2 couldn't be any better of an opportunity for this team. I think that you'll see obviously quite a big of a difference between size on the O-line for UNC. That goes without even saying. I think that this is a really good opportunity for our D-line versus the UNC O-line to just create so much havoc. And I think Tyson Summers is really looking forward to it because his defense is a lot about disruption, blitzing. I think he's looking to get 3 to 4 turnovers in this game, surely just off blitzing. So I'm really excited to see what that will be.
Right.
What do you see out of the defense this week, and what do you want to see out of the defense?
I expect our defense to hold them under 14 at most. And I can go on to say maybe even under 10. There is a huge skill gap with our players on defense compared to their offense. Like if you can actually go back to that first page you're on, the home, I believe, or the overview of the game. Yeah, UNC won their game last week. Like, and I don't remember exactly who they played, but what I'm looking at right now is that the fact that it was a defensive game. Their quarterback threw 6 to 12 for 92 and a touchdown.
They
Their
played
running
they
back-
played a D2 team last week,
Yeah,
so
and they only won
they
by 14.
played they
Oh, yeah,
played
I see.
Shadron State and it was 17-3.
That's
So
right,
it
okay,
actually
yeah, I
really
see it right
was an
there.
underwhelming game.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and I mean that was a very defensive game. So and like if this UNC offense is struggling against
D2.
Yeah.
Shadron State, like then I believe our defense will have a field day with this offense.
From what
And
I'm looking at from
even
this.
looking at oh, sorry.
No, you're
Oh yeah,
good.
go ahead, Ari.
I was just saying, from I'm looking at from this game that UNC played last week, they scored all their points in the first quarter, and then the rest of the game
Oh,
they
wow.
scored
Yeah.
0, and then a field goal in the fourth.
No, I didn't even notice that. 14
like
to
their
0
quarterback
after
threw
one.
for 92 passing yards, like against a D2 school, and their FCS. Like that's
Oh,
kind of sad. I'll be honest.
I don't want to
Yeah,
be
look
I don't
at-
want to
and
be
look at
too
DJ
bold for
Ralph
this
last year
matchup.
on
Yeah, I
the
don't either,
offensive side
but-
of the ball against UNC's defense.
Yeah.
You're having DJ Ralph from Chadron State throw for 230 yards against UNC, a Big Sky team, a FCS team, when you are pretty much a Division II team. Like, it's unbelievable, like, to the fact of how bad UNC had last week, how bad of a game they had, knowing they played Chadron State out of all people at home of all
Yep.
things. Their offense is struggling. Even though their defense held them to 3, it looks like their rushing defense
I feel
is
like
pretty
holding
solid.
holding a D2 school to 3 points really isn't that impressive. I'm gonna be completely honest. Like,
No,
that
but
shouldn't
no,
be-
that's what you want to do. Like give them max 3 point. 3 point. I feel like the yards given up is a bit kind of weird to me, considering they did hold them to only 3 because they 228 passing yards and they couldn't get in the end zone is crazy to me.
Yeah. Wow. Charter State had more total yards than they
Yeah,
did.
Northern Colorado had less yards than Shadron State, Logan.
Wow, that's crazy.
Then our receivers should have a field day. Like, put their best corner on Jordan Ross. Let's see what happens. And even
Yeah.
if their best corner does have a fantastic game
Yeah.
against Jordan Ross,
That's what I'm saying.
What about Tony Moore?
Like,
what about
Jay- no,
what
so-
about LeVon Brown? Like, we should. Like, BFN should throw. There's always going to be a guy open, whether it's Jackson Warren, whether it's Jordan Ross, whether it's Taylor Neer, whether it's Todd Bullock.
Oh, yeah,
lining up the
100%.
slot. Like, who cares? Like, this is no excuse for BFN to have a bad game because there will be someone open.
Right.
No, like Jay Norvell already went on his press conference and said he wants to just showcase the wide receivers this year because he didn't feel like they got the right opportunity versus Washington because of how good their corners are.
Right.
Sicario Davis took Jordan Ross completely out of the game. Jordan Ross might get 8 catches this game. I wouldn't be surprised. And we got a comment in the chat, actually. Connor, our boy Connor from our Ram group chat. Jalen is going to eat, but I wouldn't be surprised if Jalen gets 10 carries for like 120 yards. We take him out for the whole second half.
That's what I'm
Now,
thinking.
I would be very happy if Jalen Dupree gets 200 yards. I'd be one of the happiest people on the planet. I would expect really big things from Dupree, yards per carry wise in this game. But I think Norvell wants to showcase the wide receivers this week, and he talked about in his press conference. He think they didn't get a fair shot at making explosive plays. So he's expecting a lot of things from Jordan Ross this week. He said he wanted Taylor Neer to get a couple more opportunities to showcase his talent. What I'm wondering, Logan, and I'm really excited to see this, does Kojo Antwi play this week? And I don't know yet, and I don't think anyone does, but I'd like to see him play his first game this week.
I think he will, because I think we'll be at a point where all of our receivers have gotten a fair chance to showcase what they can do. Jordan Ross putting up however many receiving yards he gets. Taylor Neer might even get a few catches. I feel like it'll be at a point where we might be up 2 or 3 scores, call it like the third quarter. But I think we get to see Kojo Antwi come in, man, and kind of showcase what he has to do.
Yeah, we might see a few different young receivers actually in this game if we get up big enough, and then maybe we'll see like a guy like Jackson Brousseau or Darius Curry.
Yeah.
And actually something that I noticed was someone asking if we'll see a lot of Taj Bullock this week. And someone said, like, made a really good point, actually. We might see a lot less of Taj Bullock this week to save kind of the plays that we don't want to show other teams and maybe save him a little bit for the UTSA game. I think that's probably the case. We actually have a comment in the chat here. How y'all feel about the secondary? Connor, actually, ironically, we just talked about this, but we can go over it again really quickly. The secondary actually, in my opinion, looked pretty solid. I think they're more athletic than they've ever been. I think that I think AJ Nolan and Jake Jermalovich really surprised both me and Logan. I'd really like our corners already. Like, our corners are one of the strengths of our team. You got Dylan Phelps in the slot. Dylan Phelps was going to win that matchup probably 10 times out of 12 weeks this year. Dylan Phelps is a very good player. Outside, you have Lamondre Joe, Jahari Rogers, CJ Blocker. Those are corners we haven't really seen their type of athleticism in a while. And I kind of noticed in the Washington game, Jahari Rogers brings a different level of actual like man coverage skills that I haven't seen from a lot of CSU corners over the years. CJ Blocker kind of did too, although he got burned by Denzel Boston on this one touchdown
Denzel Boston
play.
just had a really good
But
game
oh my
now.
God, Denzel Boston's a freak. You can't even put that against CJ Blocker. So, but yeah, Jahari Rogers actually held down Denzel Boston when he was on, and so no, Jahari Rogers is gonna be a really good player.
I think the one guy that I think is going to have a crazy good game against Northern Colorado is going to be Jackson Warren.
Jackson Warren, I agree.
Because
I think he's just going to replicate what he did versus Washington, maybe on a couple more catches.
Do you think we see Rocky Beers in this game?
Yeah, I fully expect Rocky Beers to get a few more touches this game. I think the reason he didn't is Jackson Warren just kind of made the first couple plays, and Norvell kind of just was like, yeah, since he's made it happen, you want to keep him in the game and have him kind of be our most productive player on offense. He also presented the biggest mismatch, I feel like, to the Washington defense. Rocky Beers is a good player, but there's nothing like a 6'8", 230-pound mismatch when you have one.
Right, exactly.
And Rocky Beers doesn't present that. Rocky Beers is your traditional, like, 6'4", 6'5" tight end. He's still a good player. He's going to eat against these smaller schools, and it's probably against the Mountain West this season too, but Jackson Warren's just a whole different beast, in my opinion.
Connor goes. Connor asks, "Real talk. If Taj can air it out, why not start him? He's got great legs."
Okay, I'll answer your question, Connor. Taj can't air it out, and that's why he's not our starting quarterback. If you watch his Akron film, he has a good arm. He has more overthrows than Joe Milton. So, yeah, you don't want to see – I feel like he's less accurate than Joe Milton, and that's saying something. So, yeah, that's why we don't play Taj Bullock. Taj Bullock, if he could throw it probably 3/4 as good as BFN, he would probably be the starter. But Taj struggles mechanically. He can throw it. We'll put some trick plays in. There's actually a good comparison. You know how good of a throw Torrey Horton had to Dallin Holker in the CU game a couple years ago? That's what Taj Bullock can do that, but he's not going to be able to just stay in the pocket and have the best pocket awareness in the world either. Like, BFN has subpar pocket awareness at times. It's still better than what it would look like with Taj Bullock. So, yeah, I don't expect to see Taj Bullock probably starting a game at quarterback for the rest of his career. This is his senior season anyways, and BFN has the keys to the car pretty much.
Right.
But yeah, for this, real quick, what are like our expectations, both offensively and defensively versus UNC? We kind of like went over it briefly already, but like, do we expect to score over 40 on UNC? Do we expect to score 50? Like, how bold are we getting here?
I'm thinking we drop 34. I think it's going to be 34. 34
wow.
I think 34 is a good point for us.
Okay, well, what's like the over under that we're going to set as a group here?
Over 32 probably. I don't think, because you have to remember, if it starts becoming a blowout, Jay's just going to start pulling people. So I don't think we're going to drop 40, but I think we're going to drop close to 40. I think we're going to drop like 34, 38, somewhere in that range.
I actually asked some score predictions on Twitter earlier today, and a lot of people had us scoring around 52. and I think that's bold.
I think
that's bold, but I wouldn't be surprised. I think my prediction's 42. What do you think, Logan?
The prediction that said 52, I think half of that would come from our defense. As a realistic prediction, I think we're shooting closer to 30 to 35, only because I have a feeling that I really don't want to have, that EFN might throw for 350 yards. But that might be for like 4 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. So really, the only thing that I expect out of this game is for BFN not to break even with touchdowns and interceptions.
You know what this
If
game
he
reminds
has
me of? This game kind of reminds me of the game we played against Utah Tech. Because I think it's not really a trap game, but you know how when we played against Utah Tech 2 seasons ago, and it was way closer than it really should have been?
I think anything like that is possible, and that's more of like a mental team. Like, what is the mental status of our team this year? Is it going to be different? Is it going to be this like new championship DNA that Jay Norvell is claiming that this team has? If it's not, we're going to see that in this game. So that's the special part of this game, is it's going to show the true colors of the CSU Rams this year. And if you are only up 28-20 going into the fourth quarter, like that Utah Tech game, that's not a good sign.
No.
And if you're up, even if it's 31-7 or 35-10, makes me feel a little bit better. Like of course I have high standards. Like I want to be up 49-7, but I think you see team growth and mental growth, especially on the defensive side, if you hold them under 10 points.
Right.
Yeah, so defensive wise, so offensively we're all expecting obviously over 30, 52 if you have a few defensive touchdowns. I think defensively, what are our expectations? Like, what's too high of a number for this defense to give up in this game for you to be disappointed?
I think 17.
I think it's probably 7. Now,
17.
If it's 48-17, I'm not banging my head against the wall at the night.
Yeah, well, because we're winning by 31. But
that's what I'm saying. But I'm also expecting the offense to score over 40.
I think 14 or 17. Well, I'll give anything more than 14 would be a disappointment.
I agree, Connor.
I agree with that, low key. I think 14 is the max. I'll give them 17 because of garbage time. Because they'll get some garbage time points.
That is true. It's very circumstantial. I think
if we're above 45, I would be okay with 21. Just because I think that would be, like you mentioned, like a garbage time touchdown, right? But realistically, I'm hoping for just like a 14-17.
Yeah, I agree with you. Point margin's what matters to me. So if they score 21, we better have 52 fucking points on the board. If they're at 17, it better be 47 or 48. If it's 14, I wouldn't mind looking at a 45-14 win.
Let me check the spread real quick because I'm curious.
I don't think they have one. I don't think they make spreads for these FCS games. I might be wrong. Oh, they definitely do. They had a spread for Idaho State UNLV. So let's take a look at this here.
Speaking of that game, what the hell was that?
Well,
good Lord.
Okay, speaking of that, on multiple of my different platforms, I had to do CSU and Mountain West power rankings, and everyone's trying to say UNLV should be number one, and I'm like, you're bad shit crazy. Like, I know they had a really good second game, but they still let Idaho State score 31 in their stadium, so... honestly, Ari, just look on ESPN. I wouldn't even look at the...
ESPN didn't have it.
Okay, they haven't made it yet.
What? There's no way it's 12.
No, wow.
Let me check.
It's 12?
The spread is at 12.
Holy
Let me look at
shit.
DraftKings.
There's no way that's right.
No, that's right, dude.
What is Vegas
Oh,
Insider?
that was basketball.
Oh, Ari's a dumbass. All right.
My bad.
No, I'm 90% sure they haven't made the spread yet on this game yet. They usually make them later in the week.
Fun fact: CSU is 21-1 and won against Northern Colorado.
And we've won 19 in a row.
Yeah. So if the worst happens and we lose this game, Respectfully, I don't think Jay's getting his extension.
Oh, that's obvious.
Let me see.
Actually, I want to get your opinion on that, Logan. What does Jay have to do in the next... Actually, let's not put a timetable on it. What does Jay have to do this season to even get extended?
I think depending on what our record is. So let's say we have another 9-3 season. I feel like we should probably win a bowl game. And then I could even make an argument for 8-4 if we go 8-4 and win a bowl game. Now, when you start to get to the 7-5 and 6-6 kind of range in winning a bowl game, I think that kind of I guess that would be grounds for probably getting rid of Jay, even if we did win a bowl game at 6-6 or 7-5. Now, granted, I think if we go like miraculously like a 10-2 and we lose a very high caliber bowl game,
Yeah, it
like
won't
let's
happen.
say it's
There
like
won't...
one of those, it's one of those like the G5 versus Power 5 like matchups for a bowl game if we were to go even 9-3, 9-3 or 10-2. Like if we were to lose one of those and lose to a Power 5 team, I wouldn't call that grounds for
No, I agree with you.
firing Jay. But if we go 9-3 and we get another G5 team and we lose to them probably in a bowl game, then
I think
we could
there's
probably start making some arguments.
multiple different grounds for a Jay Norvell firing this season that he could run into. Like, if you have an opportunity to make the Mountain West Championship and you miss out on it because you lose at home to Air Force or you lose at Wyoming, boom, there's grounds. I think that if you even lose two of the 7 home games this year, and you lose at home to Wazoo and you lose at home to UNLV, and our record's 7-5 because of that, I think you might be in a little bit of deep waters. And then the biggest one is what you said. If you lose the bowl game, and even if you go 7-5 or 8-4 and you lose the bowl game versus a fellow G5 school like a Miami of Ohio, I think that's grounds for being fired. But so the conversation here is that Jay Norvell has an opportunity to be extended mid-season because he has a deadline actually on December 8th. And so we have to actually extend him before the season ends, which is a tricky spot because after our contract ends with him on December 8th, we could be in a bowl game playing a couple weeks later, and he might not even be our coach for the bowl game if we don't extend him. So it's a very tricky situation for our administration, which I think like behind the scenes they're possibly already thinking about like what does Jay Norvell have to do in the next few weeks to like at least give us a chance to make this extension with him. I'm trying to remember what we really talked about in our first episode when we talked about this. Like, what was your opinion on this?
I think what I said was, if we don't go at least 8-4 or 9-3 this season, I don't think CSU is gonna pull the trigger on extending him, especially when you're moving to the Pac-12 this next year. And CSU is gonna want to try to compete in that. Obviously,
isn't that a reason to keep him though? I feel like if you for roster continuity.
Yeah, but like it's one of those things. If he's not really showing that he can do the job and be like a championship winning coach, and I think John Weber and Amy Parsons don't want anything to do with that. I think they want the best for CSU.
So yeah, you have to avoid anything this season to like those like scary like shining moments almost of like, oh shoot, you lost to your biggest rival when they're not a good team. Like if Wyoming's a 2-win team and they beat us in Laramie, or like I said, if you are 9-2 going into week 12 at home versus Air Force, and if there's a dumpster fire that week, then like are those the kind of moments you're talking about to where you're the glaring moments?
No, I think as long as we make a decent bowl game, I think we'll be fine. But we have to improve. I think as long as we don't do what we did in 2017, where we like lost the last 3 games of the season because of the Boise State game.
Yep.
Kind of killed our confidence and stuff. As long as that doesn't happen, I think Jay's fine. But I think as long as I think the fans just want improvement. They want to see improvement. Like, we have the talent to make a bowl game, make a decent bowl game. So now the fans are, looking up and being like, okay, maybe now we have the team to win the Mountain West. Because I'm looking at the Mountain West this first 2 weeks. Bro, UNLV really wasn't very impressive. No. They almost lost to an FCS school. Boise State got absolutely murdered by South Florida.
How are you even supposed to rank the favorites in this conference if they're being if all of the favorites were underwhelming week 1? And then you have like nut jobs ranking San Diego State number 1, and like Air Force actually looks pretty damn good. I'm not gonna lie, but SDSU I saw one page rank SDSU first, and I'm like, they played an FCS school and won 42-0. Is it because all of the other favorites lost, and just because they're 1-0, you're putting them number 1? But yeah, even personally, it's hard to rank like in a power rankings the Mountain West teams right now. Actually, just for fun, like, this is how crazy. I bet you all 3 of us would have different top 3s right now, just because you have no idea.
Yeah.
Like, I'd probably say 1 CSU, 2 UNLV, despite the Idaho State stuff, just because they're upside, and then 3 Air Force. Like, what would you do?
I would say 1 CSU, 2 UNLV, because I do think they'll probably come back from that game.
Yeah.
But I still think Boise's going to come back, and I think that was just a really just fluke game.
Yeah, I'm between Boise and Air Force for 3, but I can't. I can't do it.
Yeah, I completely agree with Ari. I would not discount Boise State yet. And the only reason for that is because South Florida is a very good G5.
They actually looked pretty solid. USF looked like a G5 favorite.
And Boise State went on the road to South Florida with a very improved South Florida team. So I wouldn't discredit that game of, like, Maddox Madsen being like complete ass.
Maddox Madsen was complete ass.
I'll be honest. I think part of the reason why they played so bad was I think they had a lot of pressure on them. I do not know why the CFP ranked them in the top 25 preseason. I thought that was pretty stupid since, they lost a lot of their good players in the draft.
It's just name branding. And I feel like that was all name recognition.
I feel like I think it's a lot of it was, I think that if they didn't rank Boise State, a lot of people would have got mad because, like, well, they made the college football playoffs last year, but, like, they freaking lost half their team.
Yeah, they're a whole different team. I will say with Boise, though, I want to rank them 3rd above Air Force. I want to rank them 3rd above Hawaii. I think that their front 7 actually just gives me some confidence in their team because their front 7 looked good for the entire first half versus USF. Their D-line looks pretty solid. It's Maddox Madsen just lost it for me. And who knows? Like, I mean, he's a system quarterback. Like, he has some athletic attributes that are, like, pretty solid, but I've always felt like the last couple of years that he was a system quarterback and he was carried a little bit by his experienced O-line and Genty last year. But no, Maddox Madsen doesn't do anything that makes me just go ballistic. It's like, yeah, that's the best player in the Mountain West. He was he was just so bad against USF. Like, it was kind of tough to watch. Like, I was rooting for the guy to succeed, but I mean, he was underthrowing 5-yard out routes, just throwing straight at the ankles and everything, and throwing behind his receivers. Like, sure, BFN had a couple of those, but Max Madsen had a lot of them.
Right. I got to point something now. This is so off topic, but I didn't realize Wyoming played Akron last week, and they only won 10-0.
Oh, you just now saw that? Let's talk. Let's make a segment out of this, fellas. No, why?
What the fuck was that?
No, okay, all right. Wyoming should have scored 38 points in this game. Like, their offense actually didn't do that bad, and they had so many times where they got to the Akron, 40, 35-yard line, and they would just stall.
Their spread was -4.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay. No, there's not high expectations out of Wyoming this year. Logan, were you expecting Wyoming to be great this year?
Oh, No, not at all.
Yeah, right. So, no, I wasn't expecting 10-0. Like I
I don't think
actually
anyone was.
I wasn't expecting this score at all. Actually, I was expecting them to win like 24-14.
Bro, the over-under was 47.5. Like, holy shit,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Like, you scored 3 points in the first half. Like, that's
All right. So, okay,
impressive.
Logan, let me give you a stat line, and I want you to give me a thumbs up or thumbs down
Yeah.
for this, all right? Caden Anderson threw for 19 of 36 for 260 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception.
Bad or good?
Up or down? Thumbs up or thumbs down? 19 of 36.
19 to 36, 1 touchdown.
Against
and
Akron's
interception.
defense.
Against Akron's defense. I mean, I'm kind of like watching this like highlight tape.
It's not
That's
bad.
kinda
Like I'm
going
I'm
on,
serious.
man.
They have some athletes on their
no,
team.
No. It is bad. Here's why. Because I'm gonna even call out that screenplay that I just saw on there right now. It's the fact that Akron couldn't defend if I caught a screen pass. Like the
Right.
only reason he got those, it was all Wyoming did was short passes, and Akron just can't tackle. So they'll just break a tackle and then they'll just pick off for God knows how many yards.
But so
and then they get knocked down by a safety.
they only scored 1 touchdown versus that defense that we just watched
But
on
they
that
don't
play.
trust-
I gotta give.
Yeah, they don't trust. Oh, what was his name? Caden Anderson. They do not trust him to throw down the field at all.
Hey, I gotta give my props. Caden Anderson was only throwing the ball to one person the whole game. Like, this guy had 190 receiving yards.
No, Chris Durr is a really good player. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie. He looked explosive. That's what I'm talking about. He had 190 receiving yards. Let's just do the math here. They had 10 points. He had 190 receiving yards. How many yards did they gain to not score any points in the Akron red zone? This is the stuff I'm talking about. They would go from their 20-yard line to the Akron 40
How did they
about
score 10
every
points?
single drive, and they would just
I'm
stall
so
out.
confused. Look at these stats.
Oh, I'm telling you right now, this is what I saw in the highlight video. They literally would go from the 20-yard line to the Akron 40 pretty much every drive and
Penalties?
just stall out.
No, just stalling.
Nope,
Oh,
just stalling out at
just
the 40-yard
terrible
line.
red zone offense. Okay.
Not
You
yet.
know why? You know why Wyoming only scored 10 games? Pull up their running back stats right now. Yeah, he had 132 rushing yards, right? But let's look at the fact that he carried the ball 30 freaking times.
Yeah, 4.6 yards
Get
a
down to the
carry.
fucking red zone. Yeah, and then Wyoming fans probably think that Sam Scott's such a great running back. No, look at that. He averaged 4 yards a carry. All right, he was giving the ball 30 fucking times. Like, whatever.
No,
Hey, Chris
I
Durr was-
can't.
I
dude.
will give Wyoming credit. Chris Durr is
Oh,
a
yeah,
dog.
he's
dude.
insane.
He's averaging 23 fucking yards a catch, dude.
All right.
That's insane.
He's gonna be the one guy when we go to Laramie this year that I'm gonna be looking at and be like, "Hey, can we cover that guy? Can we at least take that guy out of the game?"
But are we gonna give Wyoming all the credit? Akron wasn't a very. Good
I'm not
team.
giving Wyoming any credit, dude. Like, okay,
Yeah,
no.
no.
Akron's
Dog, they didn't even have a
offense.
sack.
Akron has the 132nd best offense in college football this year, and that's before they even played a game. So, like, that's just my prediction of the Akron offense. That's what I was expecting out of them. But so Wyoming holding them 0 is not that crazy.
Yeah, I want to see Wyoming play Utah. Once they play Utah, I'll see a great.
What's this cupcake schedule, man? Northern Iowa week 2. Come on, we're giving Wyoming a free 2-0 this year, dude.
And then Utah week 3, then CU week 4.
How did
Yeah,
they
but
get a
do you
home
see
game against
the
Utah?
gauntlet they have?
Okay,
How
no.
did they get? Wait, what
Okay.
is this? Yo,
The-
how did they get a home game?
No, the cupcake schedule goes up to week 2. I should have specified. They're Did you see that?
Wyoming's about to learn at home why Devin Dampier is that dude.
No, yeah. Look at that. 91% chance for Utah. Oh, wait, Devin Dampier gets to play Wyoming again this season. Did you see what he did to him last
Who did
season?
he play for last year?
Devin Dampier was New Mexico's quarterback last year.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm praying
Now
for
you're
him, dog.
You're giving Devin Dampier better receivers, a better O-line. Like, come on now.
They beat UCLA 43-10 last week.
And he threw for 206 on 21 and
He
25.
threw 4 incompletions, dude.
2 touchdowns. Like Devin Dampier.
And he rushed for one. He had 3 touchdowns
Okay.
that game.
Why does it say? Can you click on that? I want to see his 87
now.
rushing yards.
Let me.
Yeah.
Switch,
So Devin Dampier had 87 rushing yards too.
I'll just switch over to this for everyone so everyone can see. Yeah, look at this. 87 rushing yards for Devin Dampier. Wow.
Oh, while we have that screen on, let's show them the week matchups this week for the Mountain West here.
Yeah, one second. Nope, not.
Oh yeah, let's look at some action.
No, we're not looking at that.
All
All right.
right, let's start from the top. So we got.
My God.
All right, Logan, here we go. This is.
New Mexico's about to learn Idaho State, bro.
All right, Logan,
All
we're
right,
gonna
all
go.
right.
We're gonna go game by game here, and we're gonna be pretty quick, obviously, with these first 3, I'd imagine. So, game 1, we got Eastern Washington, Boise State, Friday night. Who you got?
Yeah, Boise State moving on.
All right, Ari.
San Jose State at Tech. Oh, we're going to.
I'm asking who you think will win.
Bro, Boise State.
Let's
move on.
I got Boise State.
All right,
Game 2.
San Jose State at Texas, bro. Nah, give me
You don't need
San
to answer
Jose.
that,
No,
we'll
I'm
move on.
kidding. Give me Texas.
No, yeah, let's pipe
Yeah,
down. a
Arch
little bit
Manning is
here.
about
One does by
to
answer, move on.
torch.
Are you kidding? Steve Sarkisian, when he's mad, Texas is gonna win by 56. All right, game 3.
Easily.
Utah State at Texas A&M. Oh boy.
Yeah, game 4. We know the answer to that one. Game 4. Let's go.
Yeah, no, we know who's all winning that one. All right, yeah, Idaho State at New Mexico. This is one will be funny. Idaho State's obviously not a bad team, but New Mexico looked pretty solid versus Michigan this week.
They did look really good.
I got Michigan, or I'm a dumbass. I got New Mexico by 14, probably. It could be 7 like the UNLV game. I'm gonna go New Mexico by 14.
I
That
agree.
game might be a shootout. Like I feel
No,
like that
seriously.
game's-
That one might be 45 to 31, dude.
I agree. I think New Mexico's probably gonna win that game.
Yep. All right, Fresno at Oregon State.
That's a crazy good
This
game.
is literally the definition of a 50-50 game. Logan, who do you
I'm
got?
gonna give that one. Yeah, I'm gonna give that one the Mountain West game of the week here. I feel
Definitely.
like that will be a very fun game to watch.
All right, who do you got?
Low key. Oh man, I'm gonna go Oregon State. It's in Corvallis.
All right,
I
Logan,
think
who
that's
you,
the- I
who
think
you
that's the
thinking?
game
So
manager.
Oregon State and who?
That is a factor. They are in Corvallis. We can't overlook that. I don't think I could give a clear answer on that one, just because I do think Fresno State can pull it off, but at the same time, it's Oregon State and Corvallis. So who knows?
I'm thinking Oregon State probably. They didn't look good versus Cal, but they are at home versus Fresno, and Fresno looked pretty damn good actually this past week. Fresno went up my power rankings all the way up from like 9th up to 5th. So I'm thinking Fresno State will show their improve this week, but Oregon State's gonna be mad they lost to Cal. So I'm gonna go Oregon State.
All right, Cupcake game number 2 for Wyoming. Northern Iowa. I think this one's just obvious. Wyoming should win this game.
Wyoming will win this game, but they'll win it 10-7.
Damn,
3 to
bro.
5. Wyoming moving on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wyoming. All right, Sacramento State at Nevada.
Honestly, I don't.
me
Nevada
Sac
played
State.
Penn State.
Like-
Yeah, Nevada got spanked.
Actually, before we even make any prediction about this, guys, Sacramento State has a roster full of former 5-star and 4-star recruits. I think that it's not even crazy to say that Sacramento State has the advantage over Nevada, probably at every position in this game. So, but it's also hard to pick too because Sacramento State's players haven't played any games yet. But I'm thinking Sacramento State wins this at Nevada. But it's not
I
even
think
out
that-
of spite of Nevada at all. I just think Sacramento State has better
And
players.
Nevada just looked really bad against Penn State, but I'll give them the benefit of the doubt of playing Penn
Yeah,
State
definitely.
in Penn. So I mean, like, I agree. I'm gonna go upset. I'm gonna go Sac State.
Yeah, what do you think, Logan?
Yeah, no. Sac State should win this. Chubba Purdy's not that guy, and I'll die on that hill. Moving
He's
on.
really not. Yeah. All right. UCLA at UNLV. This is not terrible game. Like Nico Iamaleava is not very good. Alex Orji is not very good, but also Caliandra is their starter, so he's the guy that'll be playing
UCLA
mostly.
is favored by only 2.5 points.
Why is UCLA favored at all?
Brother, did you not watch the UNLV game?
Did you not watch the UCLA game?
Yeah, but UCLA is playing Utah, and UNLV played Idaho State.
But did you see UNLV's week 1 game?
Yeah, they beat Sam Houston State.
Yeah, they beat Sam Houston
Yeah,
State
by like 17.
Yeah, but they were up by 31 at one point.
If UNLV plays at all like they did in their previous 2 games, UCLA is winning this 100%.
Yeah, that's probably true.
I need to see an improvement with UNLV. I need to see that they can actually like mesh and actually put up a decent performance. And until I see that, I'm going with UCLA.
I think this is – I wouldn't say it's a make or break game for UNLV, obviously, because it's not even conference play yet. But I think this game will show – what UNLV's made of this season.
It's on national television too.
Oh yeah, CBS Sports is
CBS Sports Network. Hey,
yeah,
hey, that is a channel.
But no, I agree. I think UCLA probably has a slight advantage of this game. Like
I agree
they were supposed to be relatively close with Utah, and they laid an egg in that, which no one was expecting them to do. But yeah, I got UCLA probably in a pretty close one. Or you want to introduce this one?
Yeah, San Diego State at Washington State. San Diego State is favored, actually, barely favored.
Whoa.
I think San Diego State's going to win. San Diego State looked really good.
They did. I think I'm in a wait-and-see mode for San Diego State. I really do like Jaden Denegal. Like, he's a freak of an athlete at quarterback. I'm trying to remember his name, but their running back – he's just a monster. He's like 6'2", 230, all muscle, like probably 12% body fat. Like, he looks like he was made in a lab. He's a scary dude. He's kind of like their Cecil Sapp, for God's sakes. So San Diego State, if they lean on the run game and wear down Washington State, they could win that game. I don't agree with the line. Like, Wazoo didn't look good versus Idaho, but Wazoo – every year Wazoo doesn't play good against Idaho. So actually, like you'll see the best Washington State teams play bad versus Idaho.
Idaho's a weird school. I remember one year Idaho played Oregon and they almost beat
a couple
Oregon,
years ago. Yep.
And it was really strange.
Actually, no, that was last week during week 0.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. They didn't play Oregon last week.
No, last year I meant.
Oh, was it last year?
Did I say last week on accident? Last year during week 0.
There was one year that Oregon beat a team by like 80. I forgot who the hell that was.
No, I was just talking about Idaho State versus Oregon last year. But Idaho's kind of frisky, so like I don't want to like read into that too much. But if this does end up being like a 50-50 matchup for San Diego State and Washington State, I don't think, similar to your picking for Fresno State versus Oregon State, I don't think I can even pick this SDSU Washington State one. I have no idea.
I think SDSU is going to win, but really close. I think it's going to be 3.
Did you make your pick for this one, Logan?
He hasn't.
It's hard to play in Pullman for sure. That's definitely going to be a factor.
Pullman,
but at the same time, yeah, this is a huge toss-up game. I couldn't give an answer.
Yeah, no, me too. I'm kind of the same way. All right, last one. Probably it's probably not a game anyone will truly care about, partially because of how late at night it is. But Sam Houston at Hawaii.
Oh shit.
Hawaii by 31.
Whoa. Whoa. Okay.
Like, that's not even that crazy. They just got smoked by UNLV.
Bro, let's calm down.
Why is the spread that low though?
Because Sam Houston's a lot better than that. They just had one game where they played bad against
Sam
UNLV.
Houston's 0-2.
Yeah, but 31's still pretty. I think that's harsh.
Okay, 31's harsh, but I'm just like
Hawaii
thinking
looked
of it.
good against Stanford. They got killed by Arizona.
They did not look good
They beat
against
Stanford,
Arizona.
whatever. Yeah, they lost a lot by Arizona. They're a pissed off team. Give me Hawaii.
No, trust me, Arizona might go 9-3 this year.
I do think Hawaii's gonna win, but it's gonna be. I think I like the spread. I think Hawaii's gonna win by 7.
Look, I personally don't care all that much if Hawaii wins by 17 or 31, but I do think Hawaii will win by 3 scores at least.
Yeah. Alrighty, so that's every game this week.
Yeah, so all right, so we can move on briefly and just talk NFL. Let's put up the NFL games. It's week 1.
Week
Week one,
Come
get
on,
fired
come
up.
on.
Yep. Yep. We're gonna go through each one of these here. Same kind of
Wow.
deal, but we'll kind of speed through these here. I do think the Eagles are a better team than the Cowboys. So that first one, I
think that's a gimme, bro. The Eagles are like Alabama, and the Cowboys are like like Long Island University.
Oh, that's low. I don't know about that.
Fuck Jerry Jones, old ass. Give me Eagles.
Yeah, Eagle. That's all that needs to be said. Jerry Jones, old ass. I got Eagles. All right, Kansas City, LA.
In Brazil.
That's a damn good game actually. Like obviously we're all expecting the Chiefs to probably win that, but that's actually kind of a
the
fun
line's
game.
only 3.5, which is
Yeah, but NFL lines are always like that.
yeah.
I think Kansas City wins that one.
I do,
I
too.
just think they have too many weapons for the Chargers. Chargers, their roster doesn't really do anything for me, to be
I'm
honest.
curious to see our Marion Hampton.
Yeah,
for the
Omarion.
Chargers. I think he's gonna be pretty good.
And you know what? Najee's playing this week. He's probably in a limited role, but Omarion will get most of the snaps, and I think that LA's run game will probably be decent. And Justin Herbert's Justin Herbert. Like, what do you think, Logan? Like, Justin Herbert's probably gonna spin the rock for over 250 still, but I feel like the Chiefs still win this one by 7 to 10 points.
I could argue that the Chiefs might win by 3. And the only reason is because we're looking at, second year Joe Alt with the Chargers. Now, granted, most of their other O linemen, to my knowledge, is not on that level, right? But you get a guy like Omari and Hampton. That opens up the run game a lot that LA did not have after a while. So
I
because of
wouldn't
that,
say
and of
that. I
course-
think J.K. Dobbins did pretty good for the Chargers before he got injured. I think J.K. Dobbins was a pretty solid running back.
I would probably take Omarion Hampton over prime J.K. Dobbins, not by a lot. If I had to do like a redraft, if they were both the same age, coming out of the same draft class, I would pick Omarion Hampton
Prime
over.
J.K. Dobbins before ACL tears was actually kind of insane.
He was good. I wouldn't call him insane. Like I liked how he played on the Ravens.
He rushed for 1,000 yards in his rookie season.
I know the Ravens gave him the ball like 20 times a game. I'm not. I didn't say he was bad. I was saying he wasn't insane.
Yeah.
He was averaging like close to 5 yards a carry,
Yeah.
which is good numbers.
I'm curious to see how Travis is going to do because Travis Kelce has great games against the Chargers. Travis Kelce does have insane games against the Chargers. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, well, Travis Kelce, this might be his last year in the NFL.
Oh, it 100% is. His dude's 35.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What's next year? We got Tampa Bay, Atlanta. I like these interdivision games week
-1.5.
one. Like, huge fan, to be honest.
Yeah.
In Atlanta,
Give me
Atlanta might be rowdy, dude. I'm not gonna
Give
lie.
me Atlanta.
Normally, I would take the Bucks. I'm gonna take Atlanta
Yeah,
week
give me
one here.
Atlanta.
What do you think, Logan?
I will never bet against Baker Mayfield ever. Give me Tampa Bay.
Ooh, I like it. I like it. And I also like that we don't have a clean sweep on Atlanta there.
Yeah. Cincinnati at Cleveland. Okay,
Cincy.
This one's easy. Cincy.
Give me Joe Burrow throwing for 500 yards with Jamar Chase having 300 of them. Cincinnati.
I will say, don't be surprised if Joe Flacco slings it for 300 and
Bro, I just need Jamar Chase to hit the Shadur fucking
pose.
That would be so funny. Just look at the Cleveland Browns.
I'd be so disappointed, but I'd be laughing at the same time.
I'd be laughing my ass off. I think it would be hilarious.
No, yeah, for real. All right, Miami at Indianapolis. Here we go. Logan has two teams. If you do not know, he's got the Cardinals and the Colts. So this is team number 1 for Logan. Who do you got for your Colts versus Miami?
Colts are favored.
I mean, I gotta go the Colts. I mean, I don't care if CTE Tua throws for 200 yards. Our defense looks better. We have Charv Ward now. Cam Bynum at safety, so our defense looks a lot better this year. I'm pretty sure JT, the Ohio State guy, Tua Imolowo, I think he hurt himself, but I think he'll be back. Second year Laiatu Latu. I mean, our D-line's always going to be good. Zaire Franklin's a tackling machine. We got some pieces at at defense, but the biggest concern for Indy is always going to be the quarterback play. Daniel Jones is not that guy. I do not like Daniel Jones, but funny enough, I would prefer Daniel Jones over Anthony Richardson, which is saying a
Yeah.
lot. So, I don't know. Maybe they'll blow up my expectations. Whatever. I don't know. I don't like
Sound
either
depressed.
quarterback. Yeah, I'm expecting 9-8 this season from the Indianapolis
He is
Colts.
depressed. He's a Colts fan. I mean,
Yeah, you got-
depression's a
you
trick
got-
of the trade in Indianapolis.
You got Daniel Jones as a quarterback. You have
Bro,
the
what?
right
Nah,
to be
Danny Dimes
upset.
is gonna sling that thing.
Does Danny Dimes
Yeah, I
even
think
deserve
he's
his
gonna-
nickname anymore?
Can we call him
Hey,
Danny
it's
Nichols?
Indiana Jones now.
Yeah.
Nah,
Yeah.
I like Danny Nichols or Danny Pennies.
No, I like that. Indiana Jones, that's fire.
But
What's next?
yeah, I think it'll be a low scoring game.
I'm with you on
uh,
that. Yeah.
Daniel Jones is gonna throw for 70 yards tops, but we're still gonna win. Give me Indy.
No, okay. Real quick, I'll probably go Indianapolis too. I mean, I agree with all your points, but I do agree it'll be low scoring. I could even see the Colts winning this like 17-13.
With all the scores coming from JT, because I don't like Daniel.
You're right.
You know what? I'll agree with you guys. I think Indianapolis is gonna win the game.
I just don't like Miami that much. We talked about this last episode. I don't like Miami that much this season. And part of that is they did lose half their defenses. They got rid of some people due to payroll. Logan's gone.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
But, yeah, like I think that Indianapolis probably doesn't take a huge step forward this year, but I do think that Miami takes a step back. So, yeah, I got Indianapolis in a close one.
We got Vegas and New England. Give me New England. Drake May's gonna have a great year this year, I think.
All right, Logan's back. Yeah, so Las Vegas, New England. New England wins this. I do think Vegas will improve this season. And this will be the game to actually show it. Like, this is a coin flip game for them. I think that Vegas probably needs to win this game to, like, show that, okay, yeah, we're here to actually compete this season. But in New England's tough, and I do think that Drake May is going to have a really good season. One thing that surprised me, actually, today, they announced that Travion Henderson's running back 3 on the depth chart.
Why?
I drafted Travion Henderson in fantasy.
Oh man, I'm glad I didn't. Oh my god,
Yeah,
I almost got scammed.
So, well, you know what? I did get scammed, and it is what it is.
Why?
But you know, Travion
Ramondre
Henderson.
Stevenson. Ugh.
Travion Henderson's their best running back.
Yeah, Ramondre Stevenson kind of sucks. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
dude.
no. So that was a weird
Ramondre
decision.
Stevenson is consistent.
Yeah,
And what I
consistently
mean by
ass, bro.
No.
What I mean by consistent is the fact of like, if you think of like the definition of role player, it's Ramondre Stevenson. Only because, like, let's say it's like a good 3rd and short, right? You need a yard to go. He'll get it. Now, granted, like everything else, debatable, but like, if he needs to get something done, if it's like a good 3rd and 3 and he catches a pass over the middle, he can get it done. But he's not a superstar caliber guy.
No, that is exactly what Ramondre
I
Stevenson
feel like
is.
Ramondre Stevenson, every time he holds the ball, is that there's like a 50% chance he might fumble. Because the dude does
Yeah, but
have
I actually-
horrible ball
Yeah.
handling.
I actually have 2 dark horse MVP candidates out of the NFL
Ramondre Stevenson.
that I will defend for one. I think Drake May is one of them. I think this will be a year where Drake May actually shows us he's a top 10 quarterback in
And
the NFL.
Anthony
Hell, even
Drew.
top 5.
Okay, I didn't know
Not
Skip
kidding.
Bayless was on the
And
team.
Max Kellerman's on the
Do you not
call.
understand?
Yo, is that Ryan
Okay,
Hollins?
It's a Mike Vrabel. It's a Mike Vrabel New England team. You gotta remember, Mike Vrabel took a very
Bro,
bad.
Mike
Get him off my screen! I've seen
Mike
enough.
Vrabel did not take Ryan Tannehill to an MVP conversation, bro.
I didn't say that he took Ryan Tannehill to an MVP. I'm saying he took a mediocre Titans team minus Derrick Henry and led them
And AJ Brown.
to a number 1 seed.
That was actually pretty impressive that year. I'm not gonna lie. But
like
Drake May,
Mike
come on,
Vrabel
really?
as a coach.
I think
Do
Drake
not
May is gonna be really
count-
good, but I don't think he's gonna be
Drake
MVP
May is
caliber.
better than Ryan Tannehill out of any category you can think of, right? Now, And then
Oh, you could
Vrabel
switch it
still
back on
took
that.
a very mediocre Ryan Tannehill team as the quarterback for a #1 seed. Now you give him Drake May. Now you give him Will Campbell on the line. Now you like improve with that New England defense. This could be a year where Drake May really shows he's a top 10 quarterback in the league.
All right.
That's definitely a take.
Okay, I get where you're coming from. Like Drake May has the right staff around him to break out this year, and I mean really break out. The reason I will never put him in that MVP kind of idea, not even in the conversation into an idea, is because of who are the guys that are already in that conversation. And
That's a fair point.
guys that have already been there, done
kind
that.
of that's why I kind of shifted from like MVP to like top 10. I think Drake May is a top 10 quarterback. He will be, but
All right, we're gonna come back. Let's come back in like midway through the season and see.
if you guys hated the Drake May one, then you're gonna hate.
I'm flipping that dog.
We actually just screen recorded you, and so all right, let's move past New England. We had a kick out of that.
All right, Arizona at New Orleans. Let's kind of move through this a little bit quicker because we're already over an hour.
I don't like New Orleans this year. Give me
I don't
Arizona. I love Arizona weapons. I love Trey. I love Marvin. I love Kyler. I don't love Kyler. I like Kyler.
Yeah, Arizona, easy, move on.
All right, Pittsburgh, New York. Holy shit!
Oh God, Aaron Rodgers revenge tour.
You know what? Because of that, I actually
Give me the Jets.
I actually wouldn't be surprised if the Jets do
Give me
something
the
really
Jets.
funny this
Give
year.
me the Jets.
No, Pittsburgh will win, and it's has nothing to do with with Aaron Rodgers. Pittsburgh's defense is still top 5 in the league, and Justin Fields is going to be running for his life.
But Justin
Actually,
Fields is good at
he's
that.
going to try and no, he is. But another thing Justin Fields does is when he starts running for his life, he also doesn't look down the field at receivers. So it's like they're just going to turn into 5-yard scrambling
Justin
plays.
Fields learned a great lesson in Chicago. He learned how to run away.
He learned how to lose.
Well, that's not fully his fault. His offensive line sucked.
Oh, is his offense line any different in New York?
No,
Yeah.
Fair point. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Who do you got, Logan, for Pittsburgh to New York Jets?
Part of me will think it's very funny if Aaron Rodgers hurts himself on the first drive like he did. And funny enough,
That would be
in
awesome. I'm not
MetLife.
gonna
If that happened, I think the Jets fans would start cheering. I'm not gonna lie.
Like funny enough, like I can imagine a scenario where he hurts himself in MetLife again, just because it'd be funny.
Could you imagine
But-
New Yorkers' reactions? Like the New Yorkers' reaction to that would be incredible. Like the chants
Yeah,
that
but-
would go on.
It's like you
Yeah,
deserve
but
it.
Pittsburgh's defense is way too good. Give me
Yeah,
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, no,
give me
Pittsburgh.
Give me Pittsburgh.
All right, we're got New
York
The
at-
other team in New York. We got the Giants playing Washington.
Yeah, give me Washington. This one's simple.
Okay, I do agree. I actually like some of the players on the Giants this year, and I really like their D-line, but it's not enough of a total personnel thing for them. Like
I agree.
Washington's got Scary Terry locked up on a deal. He's getting 1,500 receiving yards. Give me Washington.
Yeah. Okay. Like Washington's way too good. If we learned anything from Washington and Chicago last year, is to never bet against Jaden Daniels. So give me
Yeah.
Washington.
I can't. I really like Jane Daniels. I might get a Jane Daniels jersey. Like I like him that much. He's a really good. I really liked him at LSU too. Like he's a dog.
He is a
I'll
dog.
take Washington. I think. All right, Carolina at Jacksonville.
This
This is the worst game of the week.
yeah.
one.
This is the toilet bowl. of
Is
week
anybody
one.
going to be watching this
Jacksonville
game
by
outside
14.
of
God, the
these two
ticket
team
prices are
fan bases?
$65. Like what is this?
Oh, but look at Houston, LA. Why are
Ow.
those so low?
Now, okay, gentlemen. I got this take from someone online, and part of me agrees with it. Because you can't count out Liam Cohen as a head coach, right? Liam Cohen is a quarterback guy. We learned that when his time in the NFL. I forget where he was at previously, but Liam Cohen is a great coach. I think he'll do a lot of great things for Jacksonville this year. And the take I heard online, which about half of me agrees with and half of me disagrees with. Maybe more 40% agree, 60% disagree for a lot of reasons. But he put Trevor fucking Lawrence in like a Hail Mary dark horse MVP candidacy talk just
What?
because Liam Cohen's their head coach now. And part of me agrees because I can't count out a Liam Cohen offense ever, but it's Jacksonville, so like no.
You know what? I
The-
said Jacksonville is my dark horse to win the division last episode. I wouldn't be shocked if Trevor Lawrence has his best season of his career at all.
Yeah, the MVP talk, whatever he's
Okay, no, imagine this. Imagine this. Trevor Lawrence goes 11-6 this year with Jacksonville. Throws for 4,000 passing yards. Just because Cohen just wants to throw the piss out of the football.
Yeah, and then he's gonna flip like however many touchdowns. I think he might even have 10 interceptions or less.
I
Like, you
mean,
could
Jacksonville
really
with
argue Trevor Lawrence here.
I mean Brian Thomas Jr. and Travis Hunter. has weapons.
Houston's not a bad. Houston's a good team, but Houston's not a team that's like a guaranteed lock to win the division. To
No.
be fair, so.
All right, let's make our picks. Who do you guys got in this game?
Oh, I got Jacksonville.
I got Jacksonville.
Carolina's improved this year, but I got Jacksonville.
Literally, I think Jacksonville by over 14.
Yeah,
Okay,
I wouldn't be
that's-
surprised.
Okay. Alrighty. Tennessee at Denver.
Okay,
This
I'll do
one's
like
obvious.
it's obvious, but I'll do a brief analysis. Like, I feel like the
Denver's
Denver
defense is too good.
Yeah, I think Cam Ward gets overwhelmed by the defense. The Broncos offense probably could score 14 points in this game and they'll still win. I just can see the Broncos defense getting 2 defensive touchdowns, whether it's a Nick Benito strip sack picked up for a touchdown or like a Raekwon McMillan or Pat Surtain pick 6, you know? So something like that. I think Denver wins probably by 14 or 17 points.
I
I'll
think
give 'em
this
10.
Tennessee
10.
I think
10
this
points,
Tennessee
win.
Denver game
Well,
is where we really get to see how good Jade Barron is. And the only reason is Cam Ward is still
screw down.
developing into his role as a starting quarterback in the NFL. And from what I've seen with Tennessee preseason is that, Cam Ward is going towards or gravitating towards his slot receivers running short routes over the middle and his tight ends running out routes. So I think this will really be a game where we get to see how good Jade Barron is for this Denver defense.
do you think that's who they'll target the most?
I think that's who they'll target the most for sure. There's no way they're going to throw it on Pat Surtain. I mean, you can make an argument that Riley Moss is targeted a lot.
Teams
I mean,
might target
was one of the
Riley Moss over 10 times a game this year. I wouldn't be surprised.
Riley Moss last year was one of the most targeted defenders
Yes.
when it came to quarterbacks. And I mean, for
And his
a
PFF
good
grade was
reason,
still
because
above
how-
75. So, yeah, it was
Yeah, because
impressive
like
what
I
Riley
mean, for
Moss
good
did.
reason, because you don't want to throw it to Pat Surtain. I get it. Like that's why he was targeted. But at the same time, Riley Moss showed flashes, and I think he'll have a better season than he did last year. And if you're Tennessee, right, you don't want to take chances on a guy. You want to take chances on the rookie because it's his first regular season start. I think this is where they target Jade Barron, but I think this is where we see that Jade Barron is a good corner in the NFL.
All right, I have a question for you, Logan. Is it more likely the Broncos win by 10 or more likely the Broncos win by 20?
It really depends on I'd say shooting for the range of 17 only because I think our offense will be a lot better. I think RJ Harvey will have a solid game. I think, in a Sean Payton offense, right? Evan Engram's going to get the ball a lot, and that was a weak spot for our team last year was our run game and our tight end play. Because we can't just throw it up to Cortland every single play. With that addition of Evan Engram, Evan's going to get open in the middle of the field a lot more. And that gives Bo Nix another target. And that'll help lead Bo Nix to a better season than he had last year. So I think Denver would win by more than 14, but I wouldn't say they win by 20.
I absolutely agree. I just wanted to prove that Ari has major bias. All right.
How am I being
No,
biased?
on to the next one. You
I
said
literally-
You said
okay.
Broncos win by 10.
10 or more.
No, you did not. You said
I think the
Broncos,
Broncos
win by
win by
10.
10.
All right. San Francisco at Seattle. Who we got?
Seattle, honestly. I think Seattle's offense is a lot better than it was last year.
Is Seattle? How do you think Sam Darnold will do in his first game, though? I just don't think. I think San Francisco is more ready for that kind of a week one game because Seattle's like this is new. Like Sam Darnold's his first game with Seattle, but who knows? Maybe I'm wrong.
I think Seattle with Sam Darnold. I think Sam Darnold's going to be perfectly fine. Also, you have Cooper Kupp now and Jackson Smith.
I don't
and
think
Jigba.
they upgraded their receiver room
I
whatsoever.
really think they did. I think Cooper Kupp is just as good as DK Metcalf.
They're different types. They're definitely different types. You know, like
Yeah.
DK is a vertical threat. Cooper's not. I think that they got better when it comes to those receiver concepts, like throwing over the middle of the field, definitely short yardage stuff, like third down conversions. I think that will help them. And I think Torrey breaks out eventually, but like you said, Torrey won't play for a while. So,
I mean, he has the wide receiver 3.
oh, I thought you said he was out temporarily for the start of the season.
Oh, I never said that.
Maybe it was one of the fantasy apps. So if you check on fantasy, he might have hurt himself in practice.
He might have got hurt, but I think I saw that he was limited.
No, he
in
was. He
practice.
was wide receiver 3, but I think he hurt himself in practice. So Torrey might be out for a little bit. We might need to double check on that. If he's fine, then he'll break out this year for sure. But so yeah, I think I'm gonna go San Francisco, but it's not like biased towards or biased against Seattle. It's not like a shot at Seattle. I think Seattle will be a good team this year, but I think I'm gonna go San Fran week 1.
I'm going to go Seattle. I think Seattle just is a little bit better.
Who do you got, Logan?
I'm gonna go San Francisco. I think, Purdy just got paid, so I think he'll have a better season than he did last year for sure. He'll earn his bang of the buck, but I don't think Purdy will be as good as a quarterback as he was when he led the Niners to that championship. However, I think this is a good season where Ricky Pearsall breaks out.
Yeah.
And I'm like Ricky Pearsall. He had a solid season last year with his limited role. Now that Ricky Pearsall has evolved into more of like a target for Brock Purdy now that Deebo Samuel's gone, I think he'll be a good receiver for Purdy. Behind, of course, Kittle as probably their first option. But yeah, give me San Francisco.
Okay. Alrighty. Detroit at Green Bay. I think this is a really good game. Let's kind of move through this a little quick. We're almost at an hour and a half on this stream. We're really stretching it.
No, that's a good episode. All right.
Defensively, Green Bay just got Micah Parsons.
He's injured though. He's slightly banged
Mike
up.
is not playing.
Oh,
And
he's
no
not
Kenny
playing?
Clark too.
Yeah, he's
got
having, I
traded.
think it was like back issues or something.
If he's not playing, give me Detroit. Detroit, if without Micah Parsons, Green Bay does not have the better defense.
I don't think it matters. I think Green Bay wins this one only because they're in Green Bay, but they're not the better team. I think Green Bay wins because they're in Green Bay week 1.
I don't disagree with that.
Well, you also had Green Bay at the bottom of the division for.
I didn't
your-
hear
Well, I
Yeah,
thought the
so
NFC
you guys
North
cut
was
out
still
of
going to be
it.
the best division in
Yeah.
all of football, so I thought Green Bay was still going to win 10 games.
Yeah, okay. I don't know. They're not going to win 10 games if they lose at home to Detroit.
Detroit's also going
This
to.
game-
I had Detroit winning the division, so Detroit's going to be the best one of the.
Oh,
best
I
teams
do.
in the
I do
league.
too. I do too. But I'm just saying Green Bay wins in Lambeau. They win in Lambeau.
Okay. What do you think, Logan?
This game is going to be a lot closer than people think. Because people want to ride the high of, Detroit was so good. I mean, Detroit's defense is something to keep an eye at on Aiden Hutchinson's back. So that's a very big help for that Detroit defense, which was already pretty solid, even without Hutch. So, but at the same time, I think this game will be a lot closer than it is because most people need to remember that Detroit doesn't have Ben Johnson as their offensive coordinator anymore. So I have zero clue what this Detroit offense is going to do, this very flashy Detroit offense that we saw last year. I don't think they live up to that with Ben Johnson now on the Chicago Bears. So because of that, I think Jared Goff can be very limited. I mean, Amon-Ra St. Brown is a very good receiver. He'll still get very make some very good plays, but Detroit is just not going to be that flashy team we saw last year. But I still think they'll be a very solid team as well.
Green
This game will
Bay's
be
favored
close,
in
but
this
I'll
game actually though
By
too.
1.5.
Green Bay's favored in this game, so it's not like media might spin it as this Detroit favorite, but yeah, I don't. Green Bay's favored because they're at home, and to be honest, roster wise, they're not that much different. Detroit definitely has better offensive weapons, which I think sets them apart. But Green Bay's defensive line is just as good as Detroit's defensive line.
I agree.
Yeah, and Green Bay has Matthew Golden. I think he'll have a good game. This is a toss-up game for me. I can't make a clear answer.
No, I'm with you. I'm like part of me kind of wants Detroit to win this game and wants me to pick Detroit. So I think it's very close. Like if I had to put it on like a percentage, like I think it's like a 52 to 48%.
Yeah.
It's really close to me. So what do you? Yeah. So
I think Detroit's gonna win. I don't think it's gonna be a blowout. I think it's gonna be very close too. But
yeah.
I think Detroit wins just barely. I think it's gonna be like a 3-point win. That's what I'm thinking.
So yeah. Next up,
We got Houston at Los Angeles.
Houston, LA.
At the Rams. This game's interesting. So the Rams are favored.
I think they should be. I think LA should be favored.
Here's my thing. The Rams defense really is not that great. I think the Texans defense is significantly better than the Rams.
It is on paper, but LA's offense is schematically the same every year, no matter who's in it. And
their offense is better than it was last year.
They're consistent. Yeah, definitely.
Well, they just got Devontae.
That's why I picked LA to win that division in our NFL preview episode. I do think LA wins this game. Houston won't be to the max of their potential until Tank Dell comes back. So
True.
I got LA. Houston will be fine as a team this year, but I got LA by 'd say 7 points or so.
I was gonna say I think Houston's gonna win, but I totally forgot about Tank Dell and Joe Mixon.
Yep.
So I'll take LA. What do you think, Logan?
I completely disagree with Ari's point that LA has a bad defense. They don't at all. And the only reason I say that is, Jared Verse won Defensive Rookie of the Year for a good
he
reason.
could have a good
And now
really
that
good
it's his
sophomore
second year,
campaign.
he'll be even better. They had that one guy they took in the 8th round, I want to say, last year that played D tackle for him. Was a very solid player for them. This LA defensive line is a lot better than people think. You can't discredit LA's DBs because they're not big name guys, but they know how to get the job done. They know how to play their role effectively, and LA is just very good. They have a good defense that meshes well together, even though they don't have that big of names. So, and I mean, LA has Devontae Adams now. I like the Rams in this matchup. Give me the Rams.
What do you think their ceiling is as a team this year?
See, the NFC West in general is just going to be weird this year. I think the Rams will be in a fight with literally everyone else, but I think they finish.
We agree. Yeah, we talked about that the other week. We're in agreement on that. There's all 4 teams could win the division. Like you could spin it any way you want.
Yeah.
Realistically, I think the Rams would either finish 2nd or 3rd in division. They won't get last, but I know they can finish 2nd or 3rd.
The craziest part about that division is they could get last and they'll still be 9-8.
Yeah, right. Like the NFC West this year is just gonna be like weird.
I think if they drop one game at home versus Seattle when they're not supposed to, and they're 9-8, so that's how I look at that division.
Alrighty, the last game for the Sunday night slate, or the Sunday slate's a night game. We got Baltimore at Buffalo.
Holy
yeah,
that's a killer.
That's like the AFC. That's like the potential AFC championship game. He hates me for saying that, but
I don't hate you for saying that.
Yeah, who are we thinking? I'll let you go first, Logan.
Baltimore is
so
favored,
tough.
by the way.
Well, yeah, what's the line, Ari?
This is
Minus
so
one and a
tough.
half. It's in
Oh, this is
Buffalo, by
such
the
a
way, and Baltimore's
fucking-
favored.
That is crazy.
It's such a good game. I don't know. Like, oh, I just don't. Actually, no, I do know. Give me Baltimore. And the only reason I say Baltimore is because as much as Josh Allen is the clear MVP, and he was and I wouldn't say clear MVP. You can make an argument for Lamar, right, last year.
A
But
lot of people thought Lamar was going to win, actually, yeah.
Josh Allen was able to back up his MVP candidacy last year. But I just think this Baltimore defense is way too good. And with the weapons that Josh Allen has around him on offense, I just think Baltimore's DBs match up with them a lot better. So give me Baltimore.
I like that. I agree. I think Baltimore's going to win as well. I think their defense is just slightly better, and I also think their offense is also better than Buffalo's offense because Buffalo did lose a lot of pieces on offense. Definitely in the wide receiver because their wide receiving core is a little weird. I don't like Khalil Shakir is their best wide receiver. And no disrespect to Shakir, I think Shakir's a great player, but when you have guys on Baltimore like Zay Flowers and people like that, and Derrick Henry running the ball, it's
Baltimore receivers are not that good.
yeah. To be fair, the receivers for Baltimore, Mark Andrews plays actually good, and Isaiah Likely.
I like
Alright.
Isaiah Likely, but yeah.
What do you think, Ant?
To avoid the clean sweep, I'm gonna go Buffalo, but I don't know. Like I think like my like I said, the team I picked to win the Super Bowl this year is Baltimore. I think Buffalo probably wins this game. I think that they're at home. Buffalo will be fine this year. I also think that I might even throw some money on it. If they're dogs at home, I might throw like $10 on Buffalo to win, make like $6, you know?
Fair. Alrighty, last game of the week, Monday Night Football, Minnesota at Chicago.
On my conscience, I have to pick Minnesota here.
You know what? I'm gonna be like every Bears fan. I'm giving hope.
He's gonna do it.
I'm putting hope in the Bears this year. I think the Bears are gonna be pretty good this year.
Jay Jettis gets 120 and 2 touchdowns, and the Vikings win by 3 points.
I think Romo Dunze has a baller game, and I think
he will be good.
I think Rome has a crazy good game, and Caleb Williams throws for three over 300. And I think Chicago wins by 7.
The Vikings have the 4th best defense in the NFL. Caleb Williams will not be throwing for.
But the Bears have significantly improved their O-line.
Okay.
From last year, they did. They got better tackles. They have better guards now.
Talk to me next Monday.
All
right, go Logan.
But I think Minnesota wins this game, and really, like, J.J. McCarthy was put into the best situation you could possibly be in as a quarterback. He got hurt last year. It doesn't matter. This is the year that J.J. McCarthy shows everyone that he belongs in the NFL. Give me Minnesota.
Okay.
Oh, Connor's not gonna be happy about me and Logan both picking Minnesota.
Hey,
that's
Connor,
for
I got
sure.
you, bro. I have faith in the Bears.
We
this
apologize ahead in advance, Connor. You have every right to call us out on Monday or Tuesday, actually, I suppose.
Yeah. Alrighty, that's every game for Week 1 through the NFL. Is there any last things you want to go over?
So Ag Day on Saturday, obviously. There are new kind of game day stuff that the team came out with this year. Like tailgating starts 6 hours before kickoff now instead of 4. I believe they moved the Ram Walk location now. It's actually going to be starting on the side closest to Old Town rather than on the on Shields. So it's going to be on College, starting on College now.
Okay.
That'll be interesting. And yeah, we're super excited about Ag Day, Game 1. I'm really excited to see how the offense and defense both does, especially the receivers.
And I'm pretty sure we're gonna do a episode after the game.
Yep, we'll start doing our post games.
As long as it's not like super late, which I don't think it will be. I'll probably
this game will end around 9, so we should be able to get an episode in Saturday night. We'll see.
Alrighty, Logan. Is there anything else you want to point out before we say a good night?
I'll be wearing my orange on Saturday. Go Rams.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
GMFR, fellas.
GMFR, baby. Alrighty, guys. We'll catch you on Saturday. Thanks.